All right, we live.
We're live. All right, Shalom. First, we
Shalom.
want to give praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash.
double honor to our venerable apostles and elders of great millstone. Peace and blessings to the house of David, which are the elect. Right. So basically, today we just wanted to touch in a little bit on basically what's going on in America right now. We just had I have this article here. Basically, thousands of armed U.S. gun rights activists joined peaceful Virginia rally. Okay, and we're gonna touch a little bit more on this whole vibration, this whole MLK thing. You know what I'm saying? MLK Day, whatever it is, because Jake is into all that stuff, man. They really believe that America and all these different things that they have, the Black History Months and the MLKs and all these different people who so-called stood up for so-called Black people's rights, they actually mean something. But it doesn't mean anything. It's all an illusion to keep you, the true Jews, in your captive state of mind, thinking that you're free, okay, and thinking that actually the oppressor actually cares about you, which he doesn't. Okay, so we're just gonna get into it. Also, we're gonna touch a little bit more on the concept of, or even the thought of people really thinking that there's peace and safety, meanwhile we're already brewing World War III coming up very soon, man. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's get First Thessalonians 5 and 3 real fast.
Con, you want me to start at 1 or just straight to 3?
Start with one.
Con. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
God, so the times and the seasons of what? The times and the seasons that we're supposed to look out for, okay, that Yahweh Shai spoke of, okay, to his disciples, right, 2,000 years ago. He said what? He's going to give us signs to look out for, man. We're talking about the end time signs, okay, the signs of the times, like we always say. Okay, so that goes into what? The civil unrest that we're going to see around the world, sedition among men, which we're going to get. Okay, we're going to talk about what? The wars and rumors of wars. We're going to talk about the earthquakes. Those are all signs, okay? We're looking at what so-called peace and safety right now. That's what people are thinking. Okay, so those are all signs to look out for. And the Apostle Paul is telling us what? That we who are in the know, he doesn't need to write to us and tell us about the signs to look out for because we already know what it is.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 2. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right, so we already know that that day is not, nobody knows that day. Like a thief coming in the night, you don't know when a thief is going to come. Thieves don't announce themselves as, "Hey, I'm coming in tonight. You get ready." That doesn't work like that, right? So it's what the day of the Lord is coming as a thief in the night. Okay, it's going to come as a thief in the night for the rest of the world. Okay, because they believe that what so-called Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai himself, right? They believe that he's a white man. He's going to come down, and he's going to be handing out roses and kissing fat girls and hugging babies. He's not doing none of that. Okay, so it's going to come up to them like a thief in the night. And when a thief comes, what's he doing? He's coming to steal. Okay, Yahushua is going to steal your thunder, man. He's going to steal your happiness. Okay, because a lot of you think that what America is where you're going to prosper. He's going to take that away from you. Okay, and he's going to show you that, listen, there's something better out there. But before you get that, you're going to have to die on this side to get to that side, man, because you weren't willing to sacrifice on this side when you had the chance to. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right. So it says for when they shall say peace and safety. Okay. So going back to the article, it says thousands of armed U.S. gun rights activists joined peaceful Virginia rally. Okay, and we're gonna just get into that real quick after we break this down. So again, Americans right now are in a peace and safety mindset. Prime example. A lot of people don't think that we're going to World War III. I was talking to one of my roommates yesterday, and I was like, "Yo, man, you see what's going on, man? We started off the year all hot and hectic." He said, "Nah, bro, I don't think we're going to World War III, man. I think it's died down, bro. You know, the Iranians, they shot off a missile and it didn't even hit American soil. They hit nothing. It just hit the side of Americans just to make their people happy. You know what I'm saying? But ain't really nothing going on. You see, completely misunderstanding. See, they don't know what to look for. Okay, so what it says, what then sudden destruction. Okay, why is it going to be sudden? Because you're not expecting it, right? You're not expecting any type of destruction. It says, cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child. Okay, so when a woman's water breaks, what happens? There's nothing she could do. It's time for the baby to come out. Okay, there's nothing she can't buy herself. Sometimes she can't say, "Oh, I'm not ready, the baby. Oh my God, now let me take a couple more days, baby. Hold on." No, it just happens. Okay, it says what? And they shall not escape. Okay, so when that martial law time comes and them troops are banging at your doors, you're not going to jump out the window. No, you're going to face the bullet head on. Okay, when the economy collapses, all that uncomfortable moments, you're gonna have to face that. You can't travel outside the country. Okay, when they declare martial law, and then there's all kinds of civil unrest because of all these protests that's happening very soon. I believe next month we might have some hot, major fire things happening. Okay, because Esau likes to play around with that whole so-called Black History Month, which is the shortest month of the year, and Esau likes to decide to take the attention off of Jake, who's trying to get into that spirit of Black history, man. Okay, so I believe something major might happen next month, so we're just gonna watch and see. All right, but that's the vibration that's out there. But anyway, let's get into this article real
Oh,
fast.
real quick,
Mhm.
because you mentioned about your roommate. Verse 4 says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief." You know, and just like the scriptures say, the Lord has put majority of our people to sleep, and only the elect have been awakened. So
Mhm.
Paul is really speaking to the elect. All right. And that's why he says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you." So we know
Right.
the end goal. We know that there is going to be a World War III. We know that these prophecies are set to happen. So as
Right.
we see in the start, we already know where it's going to end. Even if it looks like it just took a nosedive, and it cooled down, we know that the war is going to happen. So something is going to prompt it to heat back up. But
Mhm.
these people, they don't see the end. They only see it as it's coming. So they'll, they'll
Right.
they'll take it as, oh well, I guess since it died down, that's it. No. All right. It
Right.
says, "Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness.
Mhm.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." So what happened was, when this talk got hot, people woke
Mhm.
up. Oh shoot, what's going on? What's
Yeah.
going on? Oh, it's nothing. I bet. Then they went back to sleep. Okay. But us, we know what's going on. We up. We're not up to snooze. No, we up to be awake, because we know, as the scriptures say, that thief is coming. Okay. Um, one more. It says, "For they that sleep in the night, for they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night." And that's why Yahushua is gonna come. That's why Paul specifically said a thief in the night. All right, because that's when people sleep. Okay. It says, "But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, for an helmet, the hope of salvation. For the Most High hath not appointed us to wrath." What's that?
Mhm.
That wrath is that second destruction, that death that's coming, the judgment.
Sure.
"But to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach." And what does it tell you in Romans 11, verse 7? Israel, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So
That's it.
that's how you gain that salvation, and you're not appointed to wrath. Well, you got it. Go into the article.
Hey, beautifully said, man. Beautifully said. And, hey, there's all through the spirit, because as you read these epistles, that spirit really burns in your heart, and it comforts you. That's why the scripture says it's the comforter, man. It's through the spirit that I was reading the book of Philemon, just through the spirit, and everything that was being said, man. I was like, damn, man, it just comforts you. You know what I'm saying? And when I say comforter, is mainly I'm talking about the hopeful elect. Okay, those who are going to be receiving the grace and the mercy and the peace of Yahweh through Yahushua, man. And also who go through what we go through, okay, as men of the Lord, the shit that we gotta face every single day, the vexation, all the things that we gotta deal with, man, living here in this society. Real quick, I was in the car today on my way back from the gym. I had a bill that I had to pay off, man. One of these credit card bills, man. And I was just like getting vexed, man. I'm like, yo, we always gotta pay bills, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you keep paying bills and bills, but you got a few people in the world who run this whole world. Okay, they have billions of dollars worth of gold, okay, in a vault, and they run this world, and they make all the laws, and then they keep taxing and gaining interest on those who don't even have the amount of money like them. So it's like you're taxing the slaves, and then you're just like beating on them. Like, scriptures tell you, what oppression maketh a wise man mad. So the things that we think about, it vexes your spirit. It's like, yo, man, we just want this place to be destroyed, man, so we can get the fuck up out of here, man. And it just vexes you, man. But these are all what signs that what makes you happy, because hey, we're almost out, man. This is it. This is it, man. But anyway, let's get this real quick. Richmond says, this is on Reuters. Thousands of armed U.S. gun rights activists join peaceful Virginia rally. Richmond, Virginia. It says more than 22,000 armed gun rights activists peacefully filled the streets around Virginia's Capitol building on Monday to protest gun control legislation, making its way through the newly Democratic-controlled state legislature. Despite fears that neo-Nazis or other extremists would piggyback on the Richmond rally to stoke unrest, like the violence at a 2017 demonstration by white nationalists in Charlottesville that killed a counter-protester, the Capitol Police reported just one arrest: a 21-year-old woman taken into custody for wearing a bandana over her face after twice being warned that masks were not allowed. Chants of USA, 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 and others praising President Donald Trump reverberated as men and women carrying handguns and rifles squeezed into the streets around the Virginia state capitol, standing shoulder to shoulder for 3 blocks in all directions. Again, going to what peace and safety, because remember, scriptures tell you that there's going to be a time where everybody's going to be basically fending for themselves. So this is all what irony that's going to be happening, man. This is all ironic because now you have people who are standing shoulder to shoulder, standing hand in hand, chanting USA, USA, USA. Very soon it's going to be flipped. Okay, very soon it's going to be flipped when they see how Trump is going to really show his horns, right? They're going to be like, nah, this guy, nah, he's going to bring that division between Jake and Esau, man. Okay, it says there was a heavy security presence after Governor Ralph Northam banned carrying weapons into the Capitol grounds, and the FBI earlier last week arrested 3 alleged neo-Nazis who it said intended to use the event to spark a race war. So once again, they're what is called predictive programming. They're putting that out there that there was a possibility that this could spark a race war. Okay, and that's the end goal at the end of the day, because when all hell breaks loose and you have the economy collapsing, they need to find a reason to take your mind off of those who are causing the collapse, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to create a war between the citizens of this country. Okay, like you see in other countries, people are protesting and stuff. Listen, they don't want that. They're going to want to have some type of stability. They're going to want to have some type of reason for you to fight against each other so they can enact that martial law and also bring about that chip. Buzz was doing videos earlier. I seen that Buzz was doing videos earlier about what Amazon and the whole chip situation. So again, they're putting all these things out, being that we're in the year of 2020, the year of prophecy. These are all things that are being rolled out. Because remember, Esau has this thing going on, this thing called Agenda 21. They believe that by the year 2021, everything should be in place where they have that new world order. Okay, but the Lord has different plans. But as you can see, these are the trends, the signs that we're looking at. Okay, this is what they're going to do. Okay, this is what's going to happen. All right, so around this time, they're going to do this, do this, do that. So we're looking at all these signs, man. You see, and it all connects. It all makes sense. It all going back to what? The end of the time, the end of Esau's time. Okay, continuing. It says by 1 p.m. Eastern, nearly all rally goers had left the area, with volunteers picking up trash left behind. The Capitol Police estimated the crowd at 22,000 people. Okay, activists at the rally organized by the Virginia Citizens Defense League argued that Virginia was trying to infringe on their right to bear arms, which is protected by the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Right, and that's always been the goal, because what? If you're able to take the guns away from the people, you can always defeat them. Okay, so how are they going to do that? They start pushing narratives like terrorist attacks. This guy went and shot this place up with an AR-15. Let's do away with all AR-15s. Why just AR-15s is always being focused on? See, these are questions that people need to ask more and more. Okay, why is that when there's a violence, or maybe somebody stabbing somebody, or somebody gets jumped, or somebody gets shot by a different type of gun? It's never been put on the news. Okay, but whenever there's like a huge so-called mass shooting, is a thing that's always being focused on. Okay, and that's because it's all orchestrated so they can get to a certain goal. Remember, the only action is reaction. Okay, going back to what problem, reaction, solution, man. Okay,
hey, and these higher ups, all right, they deal with what's the word I'm looking for? Gradualism. All right, they deal with gradualism to desensitize the mind of the people. All right, so that it's not just a sudden rush and people get all suspicious about it. So that's why they have like silent weapons for silent wars. They'll use a silent weapon. A silent weapon doesn't shoot bullets; it shoots situations. It shoots scenarios. All right, and you don't reload it with bullets either or gunpowder. You put data into it. So it examines the people and it shoots scenarios. The reason it's called a silent weapon is that people don't notice it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
in the case like that, they're not just gonna turn those protests straight up into some violent all out protests. They always start out peaceful. You know, it's all peaceful protest, and next thing you know, they lighting things up, burning things, ripping down poles and bus stops and all these different things because they're pushing towards that. And if you notice, a lot of their false flags lately have been geared towards a race separation. All right, race wars. That's the narrative they're pushing. You know, rioting in a dividing the country in the sense of it being by race or by class. You know,
Right.
because that's the agenda they're trying to push. Keep in mind, they have it in Project Megiddo that
Mm-hmm.
we are the ones who are trying to incite a race war and violence against the law enforcement. You know, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to desensitize the mind through these little protests and these little incidents here and there, to where when they start pushing it on a wide scale, guess what? It's nothing new. Just like today, if you saw a so-called black person get shot by a white cop, it's not as big as a deal as it was when Trayvon Martin got shot. You know, because it has happened over and over and over and over again that it just becomes, it's like something you just hear in the back of your mind now, you know.
Right. Right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Continues says, this is a quote. It says, "What's going on here, if not stopped, will spread to other states," said Terry Horn, who had traveled to Virginia from her home in Texas with her Smith and Wesson rifle and .40 caliber handgun. It says they will come for our guns in other states if we don't stop them in Virginia. Now you gotta understand this, man. It's an has has ways to get what he wants. Okay, and prophecy says that we are going to be under martial law very soon. Okay, civil unrest, sedition among men. There's got to be a reason why people are going to be rioting and protesting. Okay, things are going to get really bad in this country, and then it's going to start with the economy being brought down. Okay, because hey, the clip that we saw on the fraudulent reserves.
Right, yeah.
And he was like, one thing you don't do is you don't mess with a man's money, a man's woman, and I forget the third one that he said you don't mess with a man's whatever. But those are two things. Money and women are things that you just don't mess with. That because those are all somebody's possession. Okay, and very soon they're gonna be messing with people's money. All right, they've been messing with it, but now they're going to do it to a point where they're taking it away from you, and you can't go back and get your money back. All right, and people are gonna get pissed off and fight against that, which is all gonna bring that conflict.
Yeah, and it's going to shock a lot of people because right now the economy looks like it's booming. You know, it looks like it's doing good.
Oh, yeah.
That's just an illusion. Okay, that's just an illusion, man. The economy's on its last legs. You know, it's going through that last spike before it drops down. As the saying goes, the higher they are, the harder they fall. Okay, so that's where it's at right now, man. All right, that bubble is at the peak. All right. Just like a balloon. When you blow a balloon, you blow it and blow it and blow it and blow it. The layer gets thinner and thinner and thinner until what? It pops. Okay, so that's where we're at right now concerning that economy, man. It's fake. It's artificial, man. It's a fixed market. It's not a free market. Go ahead.
Nice, good. Yeah, it says Northam, a Democrat, has vowed to push through new gun control laws and is backing a package of 8 bills, including universal background checks, a red flag law, a ban on assault-style rifles, and a limit of 1 handgun a month purchase. Why is that? Now, these devils, man, let me tell you, because the reason why they're doing that is because, again, like the brother said, gradualism. They're trying to take away all your means of fighting back. Because if you don't have these guns and you have all these limitations, what's going to happen is that they're going to incite fear in you. Okay, that, yo, if I have a gun, yo, if I get caught, oh my God, yeah. But it's in the Constitution that you can have a gun. Why? Why did they put that in the Constitution? So people can protect themselves. Okay, but now it looks like people are not protecting themselves from other people getting them. You have to protect yourself against those who claim to be protecting you. You see, so it's a whole ironic game that's being played here. All right, and hey, that's the spirit. Rehearsing righteous acts 9. We're gonna get that, man. That's the spirit. We're gonna get that very soon. That precept, beautiful precept. 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. You know what I'm saying? But again, going back to what I said, they're doing this to what? To incite that animosity between the people, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have this whole MLK thing, which, like I said earlier, coming next month, the whole Black History Month is going to create a divide. because they're gonna be starting to poke at Jake like, yo, the only month we got, y'all trying to do this, y'all trying to take this away from us, this and that and the third, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? So let's watch out for that. Okay, it says what it does not call for confiscating guns currently legally owned. That's what they're always going to say, but then soon they're going to start taking those rights away. But it's going to be happening so fast, man. It's not going to be like, oh, 10 years down the line, we're going to take away your... No, 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 no. It's going to be happening fast. Okay, it continues. It is not his first attempt. He called a special legislative session last year after the massacre of 12 people in Virginia Beach. But the Republicans who then controlled the legislature ended that meeting without a vote. State Democratic leaders and activists believe that move contributed to the November victories that gave them control of both chambers. Okay, keep reading. It says a group. There's a lot. It says a group of 13 activists from March. A group of 13 student activists from March for Our Lives, a gun control group, slept inside the Capitol building on Sunday night ahead of impromptu meetings with lawmakers to encourage them to pass the legislation. A lot of protesters outside have a really extreme reading of the Second Amendment. Eve Levinson, a 20-year-old political science student at George Washington University, said at a telephone interview, "What we're fighting for is common sense laws that are proven to work and are already effective in other states." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's pretty much it. T-shirts and Trump. Many in the crowds dressed in camouflage or tactical gear. What is that talking about? It's going into what? War. That's a war vibration. That's a vibration of war. Okay, it continues, says some browsed vendors, pro-gun T-shirts and other merchandise, much of it carrying slogans supporting Trump, who has sharply criticized the gun control proposals. Okay, so these are all what inciting violence and inciting the vibration of war, man, and that's the times that we're in. Okay, ultimately, what that race war and ultimately that World War III. Okay, but we're gonna get this precept real quick, Second Esdras, and then we're gonna close it out. All right, this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15. I'm gonna start at 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Okay, the world is not just talking about the nation of Israel, but the whole entire world, because Revelation 12:12 tells you that what? Rejoice, for the devil know that he had but a short time. Okay, he's gonna come on to you having great wrath because he knows that he had but a short time. So that's the times that we're in right now, man. You can see how these devils are trying to bring about these different legislations and these different laws to what? To impose on the will of you people, so what? You can give them that reaction and then they could come down on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue, verse 15 says, "For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh." That sword and ultimately that nuclear missile. Okay, but we're going to have guns in here that people are going to be using against each other.
Yeah, it tells you in the book of Ezekiel, what is that, 20:21 and I think 9 or so, about how there's a sword is furbished and is given into the hand of the slayer. Or the scriptures tell you that Esau is the basically the weapon stick of the Lord. So he is the slayer, and the Lord has him training his troops, all right, building his weapons, all right, creating new weapons in the military. That's that sword that's going to be used to punish you Israelites, because that and the rest of those who the Lord has a judgment for. Because you will have supernatural deaths, but you're gonna majority have a lot of people dying by the hands of the technology of Esau, because that is his blessing is that weapon, that gun, all right, the sword, anything that can kill, take away life, okay, because like it tells you in the book of Revelation, he is death. Okay.
Come on, hey, that's it. And it says, "And one people shall stand up to fight against another." Okay, what's that talking about? It's talking about race wars, man. Okay, one people shall stand up to fight against another. Okay, and swords in their hands. So you're gonna have weapons, man, weapons of mass destruction. Okay, they're gonna be causing a lot of mass destruction, man. They're gonna be what? Having guns, brakes, bats, pipes, chainsaws, kicking, all that. You know what I'm saying? All these different rocks, stones, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have all these different things to cause harm. Okay? Bricks, you know what I'm saying? All of it, man. You know, baseball bats, aluminum pipes, all that.
Hey, basically anything they can get their hands on, man. And don't underestimate a brick. Somebody hits you with a brick, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You thinking of other things now, because like, you know, like in that, in the state of desperation, man, if somebody takes a brick out of anger, man, and they get you in the back of your head, you're not expecting it, it's not gonna be a fun thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like the brothers going into, man, it's gonna be dangerous. And you have people who are in that state of peace and safety. They
Mhm.
don't they can never see their next door neighbor kicking down their door with a 12 gauge shotgun ready to blow their melon off, because that's Timmy.
Mhm.
Timmy has been living down the block from me for like, 15 years. I met his wife. We went and him. Not like that, but we went over for dinner one time. Like, oh, that's Timmy. Guess what? When it comes down to the wire, Timmy's gonna come after you.
Mhm.
You know, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter if he's your hey. In the show The Purge,
Mhm.
there's a scene, man, where these two coworkers are competing basically to get the position of the higher place, and they were sort of equally based
Mhm.
or at an equal position. Yo, when the time of the purge came and crime was legal, the shorty killed the dude, man. She seduced him
Mhm.
and killed him because crime was legal. So that what? When it's over, she could get that position, man. So when it comes time for desperation, people will kill you now for jewelry. People will kill you now out of desire. People will kill you out of lust, out of coveting. So how much more when their life is on the line?
Gone, gone. Hey, hey, people gonna be running people over with cars,
Yeah,
because people are wicked as hell, man. So right now, people are wishing to kill people just because I don't like you, I'm gonna kill you.
right.
But imagine when all hell breaks loose and people are desperate. You don't even gotta go outside your house. People gonna be killing each other in their own houses, man,
Hmm.
for cannibalism and all that different shit, man. So listen, the reason why they're building the wall is going to be like almost as if we're going to have a repeat of the siege in Jerusalem when the wall, everybody was in there and they were stuck, and then they had to fight with each other, eat each other up, all these different things that Jake was doing to each other. Soon it's going to be here in America. All hell is going to be breaking loose here. Okay, so you're going to be having in-house fighting. Okay, you ain't going to be going outside. You're going to be having in-house fighting, and that's when the missiles drop and you're going to burn your ass up in here, man.
Hmm.
Because once the wall is built, everything is enclosed, man. Where you gonna go? How we gonna get out of here? That's why we pray that the Most High have mercy on us and beam us up out of here with them chariots, man. But the rest of you, man, who the Lord is not going to bless you with His grace and mercy, man, you're done. It's over.
Hmm.
Okay, you're gonna stay, you're gonna fight against each other, you're gonna fight yourselves, you're gonna die against yourself, and then the Most High gonna destroy you on top of that as well. So get ready for that, man.
Yeah, that's right. Because then keep in mind, you got that wall, all right, encasing them in North America, but you also gonna have martial law, which is gonna close off certain cities as well. So you're gonna have like mini sieges, all right, in different locations. And then the
Mhm.
worst place too is these ghettos.
Mm.
Okay, these
Mhm.
ghettos, because Jake love rushing in there, man. It's like a roach fest. It's just Jake is just cramped up in here. Like a maze. When
Mhm.
they shut this joint down, if you noticed, you'll see like maybe one or two trees on the sidewalk. The tree's damn near dying. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no fruits coming from that tree. Everything else is just pavement. So there's no agriculture in here. The only way you can get agricultural food is from the supermarket. You
Right.
know, but where do they actually grow these foods? So when you can't get access to it from the supermarket, you can't grow your own food here. You can't do any of that. So when you're stuck in a ghetto, all right, and it's blocked off, what are you gonna do? You're gonna resort to stealing. You're gonna go to the supermarkets. The food is gonna run out at some point. Then what? That's when you start seeing people as food. The fat lady on the second floor. Now we paying her visit because we
Yes,
don't mean
sir.
people just boy. You know what I'm saying? Like food is food. Meat is meat at that point.
Con. And these people are already conditioned to do that anyway. These
Yeah.
McDonald's that you eat and all that stuff, it got human meat in it.
Hmm.
So, in verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men." And sedition goes into what? Protest, uprising,
Right.
rebelliousness. Okay, we're seeing that already. So this isn't a prophecy that's yet to happen. This is a prophecy that's already happened. Just because it hasn't hit your city or your country or your state doesn't mean it's not happening. It's happening. And it's
Hmm.
gonna, once it hits, and believe it will hit. Once it hits your country or your state or your city or your town or whatever it is, you really gonna feel that prophecy. Like, yo, I feel that shit physically. You might get
Right.
affected. The
Hmm.
most I got with you, you're gonna get hit by a passing bridge or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, and you also got these other prophecies that are creeping up, but people won't see it until it's at its peak, like the pestilence. The whole
Yep.
thing happening in China with the
The
uh,
SARS,
uh,
MERS.
yeah, I forgot the name. The coronavirus.
Coronavirus,
Okay,
yeah.
guess what, man? That joint is just like World War Z and all these movies. Yo, a lot of
Mhm.
these movies you see it usually starts in countries like that, China or Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, wherever, and then it spreads throughout to the rest of the world, man. The Lord did talk about pestilence, and the thing about pestilence is once it starts, okay, it spreads like wildfire. So there's a
Mhm.
reason why the Lord held the pestilence for a while, but now we're starting to see it on the rise. This is all going into people. Yo, look, man, you can't fight pestilence. If the Lord doesn't make you immune to it, you're done. Because my man, what you gonna shoot? You gonna shoot the disease? You know, when this thing spreads, man, it's gonna be bad, dog. And the Lord set it up too, where it's not just one thing specifically. It's not like the judgment is gonna be an earthquake. No, you will have earthquakes, you will have famines, you will have pestilence, you will have disease, all these diseases, death on every corner. All right, go ahead.
It says what? And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings or princes, man. So yeah, so the time is coming. We just read an article where people are praising Trump. Soon they're gonna be praising Trump. They're gonna be coming after Trump. Like, it was because of you why we're gonna do this, da da da. And they're not gonna regard him at all. And he's gonna be on some shit like, oh yeah, is it because of me? Well, let's find out. You're the one who's suffering. Me and my wife and kids, we're chilling over here. We're not even in the
Don't
country.
tell the kids.
That's it. That's it. We're not in the country. We're in China, Russia, North Korea. They're gonna bomb you. That's it. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And we're gonna see it very soon. All right. It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. Yes. So that you're not gonna have no cops standing telling you people, yo, you gotta back up. You can't stand. Nah, bro. The cops gonna be part of this shit too because it's all about you. And that's one thing these people don't understand, that you're not part of the inner circle, man. If you're not part of that inner circle, outer circle, people don't know what's inside the inner circle. They're led to believe that they know, but they don't know. You see, so these cops are going about their life, living life, thinking that they're doing something good for the citizens. But the elites who control everything are telling you this is what you're doing, this is your life. Okay, and if you're not wicked enough to go above and beyond, you're not gonna know too much. You're just gonna be that good guy who goes about living his life and doing the good things for society.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're just affecting everybody else. And when that time comes, they're going to lump you right in with everybody else because you ain't special like that.
Yep.
Okay? Continue. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Okay, so what? That's going into what? Quarantines. Okay, that's going to cities and bridges getting shut down. Okay, so you're going to have that time where if you don't know how to swim, you're not swimming, you're not crossing nowhere. You're not going from Jersey to New York swimming the Hudson River. That's not happening. Okay, all the bridges are going to get shut down. Okay, people can quarantine because of diseases and shit like that. Now, these are all things that are going to happen. Okay, they show you that in movies all the time. Predictive
Right.
program. Okay,
Right.
there's a reason why they're putting these things out there in your faces, man.
God, hey,
Okay,
it says what? Slag, it says a man shall desire to go into another city. Now, why is a man gonna want to go into another city? Maybe your family might be in the next city. Maybe there's no food in your city. Maybe there's too much hell, too much chaos. It tells you in Second Ezra's, I believe, the 5th chapter or so, about how people are gonna go to the next land. One land shall say to another, "It's righteousness that maketh a man righteous going through thee," and they shall say no. Okay, because it's just going to be wickedness and death all over the place. People are going to be seeking truth. They're going to be seeking men of renown, men of integrity. Women are going to be vulnerable. They're going to be scared because damn near every dude that they see they can't trust, because they're like, this dude in the condition we're in, he only wants me for one of two things: to eat me or to rape. So at that point, then it's like, it's going to be very bad, man. Fear is going to be a high level at that time, man. Okay.
hey, the word desire, you look into it, means what? To want something badly. Bro, I
Right.
desire this bitch. Like, I want her. Like, so you're desiring to go to another city, man, but you're not gonna be able to. Whether it's because you badly want to leave your city, but you just can't. You see, all hell you can lose. You're trying to leave. You're probably in the Bronx. You're trying to leave the Bronx so bad, but you just can't. Like, yo, my God, I gotta deal with this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hey, and like and then these movies, they'll say, oh, there's a checkpoint. There's a checkpoint over here.
Right.
And then a group gathers together. They fight through hell and death and all that. And they finally get there. And they find out, oh, nah, the checkpoint is blocked off. At that point, all your hope is gone. You're like, damn, like, shit. Like, the movie, too, is Bushwick.
Bushwick.
Bushwick, you watch that. This is a good movie. It goes into that martial law and stuff like that.
Yep. And that movie was filmed in what, Brooklyn, so they're showing you these things, like the
Yep.
Purge, the Fifth Purge, Brooklyn as well.
Yep.
All right. Continue says, verse 18 says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." Okay, because of your pride, because you didn't humble down to listen to the man of the Lord, who
Mhm.
gave you the words of what? Salvation, man. They gave you the words of peace, of grace, okay, of mercy. You wasn't willing to hear those things. You just said, what? Man, get the fuck off my shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that time is coming where the Lord is going to really check you and pull your card. And that's when it says, what? Men shall be afraid. Okay, so if a man is afraid, so what about the women? What about the kids? Okay, it's over,
Right.
man. This place is done, hopeless. And you know what's funny? Because when I believe the article that you sent me, I believe was last week about how testosterone is very low in American men right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so like you have men who are even today being very effeminate. Okay, they're very very weak. They're lost in their sauce. They don't know
Mhm.
what the hell is going on. So when the time comes, panicking, everybody's all panic. Everybody's running around and doing shit. Only man of the Lord is going to have that boldness to be able to pick and choose. You know, this is what we're doing. This is it. This is that. Because the Lord is going to lead us, man.
Con.
Okay, he's going to
Con.
send angels to keep us. You guys are just going to be left to the wolves to be eaten, man.
Right.
Okay. Continue, it says, "Well, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation."
Mhm.
Okay, so a man shall have no pity. Okay, have no pity upon his neighbor, man. So if you have no pity upon your neighbor, man, like you don't feel sorry for them. It's like, listen, it's eat or be eaten at that point. So like, look, I'm bro. Hey, I know you. I fucks with you, but right now there's no love, bro. I gotta do what I gotta do. It's either
Right.
you or me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna play that. I'm not even gonna take the risk.
Right.
Okay,
Now
if you
also consider.
huh?
And I was gonna say, consider also like how bad the situation is gonna have to be for a man not to have pity upon his neighbor, because your neighbor not is not necessarily just the next door person living next to you. Your neighbor could be somebody you're close to, you
Right.
know. So here it is, you might have your homeboy who you done got into fights with or fights for, you know, just for him, you protected him and all those different things.
Mm-hmm.
How bad does it have to get that somebody who you risked your life for at one point, you're about to take his life, you know, or you're about to do something that's like, damn, no mercy, bro. Like I know you since we were like two, you
Mm-hmm.
know. It's gonna need to be real. You're gonna need to be in a very, very desperate position for you to be able to turn on your neighbor like that. You know, the
Right.
scriptures tell you at that time shall friends fight one another against one another like enemies.
Mm.
You know, to be able to see a friend as an enemy, shit, your life must really be on the line. You know,
Mm-hmm. Hey, and you gotta understand that even in movies and books, every story there's like when the society is at its end, it really gets broken down to the last degree. See, and that's what's going to happen. It says a time like never before.
right?
So the time that happened in the Roman Empire is not going to come to this. The time that happened the Egyptian Empire is not going to count this. Like no time ever in history, man. So this you got to understand that America is going to be rendered hopeless and helpless to the point where people are begging for a resolution. And that's when your house shot comes down, that's why it says what they shall rejoice. Okay, even though people are gonna be wailing and moaning, when the righteous take over, people are going to rejoice because it's like, yo, things were so bad. Now
Yeah,
look how good it got. Like it's gonna get really, really bad. And it has to get really, really bad for you to be saved. That's why we need a savior and salvation. You're not
right.
gonna get saved from nothing. If nothing has happened, what you need to be saved from?
Exactly.
So it has to be really, really bad. And that's why scripture says what the righteous shall scarcely be saved.
Right.
Okay, so it's gonna get really, really bad. Like think of anything that's ever happened in history. Multiply that by 1 billion times. Because the Lord is about to make sure he's destroying this place. He's gonna make this land desperate. So there ain't gonna be no hope. There's not gonna be nothing to look forward to, like, oh, maybe in the next decade we're gonna build up. No, we ain't gonna build shit. It's over. America's done. And if you don't believe it, just wait and see. Okay. It says what? But they shall destroy their houses with the sword. Okay, so you're gonna be having people just shooting shit up, people breaking into people's homes, like, yo, open that fucking door, man. We're here to take all you angry shit. Fuck out of here. What we got? Hey, you pass over here, you go over there. Whatever they got, take that shit. You see? So they're coming in there with all hell breaking loose. Listen, it's me and not you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, they're gonna
It
be on
says what?
some. They're gonna be on some boom boom. I know you in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know you. I heard the footsteps. You know, you
That's
probably
it.
like, shh, see that? Your little daughter probably sneeze off. Fuck, we dead. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
They kicking the door down. Yo, man.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yo,
says and spoil their goods. So it could be your wife, it could be your kids, it could be
all right.
anything that you see as
Precious
valuable to you is gone. It's clear, right? It says because of the lack of bread, okay,
hunger.
and tribulation. Okay, so we're gonna have what famine, not just famine of the word, but famine of bread as well. Okay, everything is about to be at the bottom of the bottom, man. Lack of bread meaning what? Lack of money. You ain't got bread, you ain't got shit, no food, no water, no money, nothing. Okay, because when that's all gonna be during the economic collapse. So remember, once the economy collapses, it's not gonna take well, we're gonna take time to rebuild. No, it's done. It's gonna go from bad to worse to worse to worse test to worse test. Like, it's just gonna keep getting worse and worse, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a decreasing thing. It's gonna move fast because the times that we're in, the Lord is going to he's already speeding up the days. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's just going to keep going on and on and on. And people are just going to wish they had listened, man. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They wish they would have listened, but it's all starting now, man. The year of prophecy 2020, man.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it, man. You got anything else to say?
No, yeah, like you said, hey, that's pretty much it, man. All we can do now is that's why the Lord said, what? Pray as well as watch. Watch as well as pray. So we got to be on that watchtower, and we have to really be watching and praying that we be accounted worthy to escape from these set perils, man, because the time is coming when those of you who are in this truth are going to be so, so, so grateful that you stuck in this truth, man. At that time, your mind ain't gonna be on. I want to be the top elect or the number. No, 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 no. You're gonna be on. I want to. If I'm even the last of the 1/3, that means I'm gonna be saved. Listen, let me be that.
That's
Because
it.
that's how bad it's gonna be. That you're just gonna be praying that you're accounted worthy for the Lord to have mercy on you. Because even though you did the work, it's all up to the Lord whether He's gonna save you or not. And with the fear coming, hey, we in the flesh, man. You at times you'll be like, damn, that's crazy. Oh, yo, Lord, 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 yo, you coming, yo, Lord. But hey, like the Lord said, He's not a man that should lie, so He's going to deliver His elect. And so, hey,
Hey,
that's what you gotta
shalom
do.
to GMS Spiritual Malak. Shalom, brother. See you next
Hey,
week.
Shalom, Makim, Shalom. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Hey,
That's right.
real quick before we end it off, but put a precept in here. Rehearse the righteous acts 9 says 2 Kings 6:29. So we boiled my son and did eat him. Oh, that's
Yep.
it. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she had hit her son. Okay,
Yep.
so that's what's gonna be happening. People are gonna be playing tic-tac-toe. Okay, you know what? We bet on my son today. Tomorrow we're gonna eat your daughter, and then the next day we're gonna eat your grandmother. Now she's too old. The bones are too right. Let's eat your son more. Like, let's do that. So that's what's going to be happening, man. People are going to be really gambling on whose is getting eaten first,
Yeah.
okay? Because it
That
happened
was
before.
yeah.
Huh?
That was during a famine too. And it
Mhm,
said at that point they were selling animal shit. They
right.
were selling dung for money. They were selling the head of an ass for money. You know.
Mhm,
So yeah, but it's gonna get bad, man. You hear this? You asleep and you hearing your mom and your grandma whispering in the back. All right, so I'm gonna put some sleeping pills in his food, and then you fry him. You put the adobo on him. I'm pretty sure he'll taste pretty good. You gonna be surprised because tell me, wait, that's grandma. That's mom.
mhm,
Who they talking about? Well, it's only
mhm.
you and them in the house. So who else you think they talking about?
Right,
Because that's how
right.
if they can if a mother can eat her own son, then hey man, that hunger is some real joy, man. But hey, that's it, man. You got something else?
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
so hey, that's pretty much it, man. Look, the times coming, all right, are gonna be some very fearful times, man. But hey, those who put their trust in the Lord, they're never gonna be forsaken, man. So pray for a
Mhm.
few days, stay in the spirit, keep watching the signs. Lord's willing, this is edifying unto the elect. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yeah,
Ba'ashem,
but
Yahweh
Shem,
Shai,
Shem,
Ba'ashem,
Shem,
Machak, Till next time, Shalom.
Shalom.